One problem with regulation is what's called capturing the regulators. Milton Friedman acknowledges that there are cases in which a certain amount of regulation, if it were done rationally, right, and appropriately, would improve the economy, right? It would be good for everyone. But there's a problem. He doesn't think those are the regulations that are likely to get passed. Why is that the case? It's because of a problem in political economy called capturing the regulators. This means that there's a tendency for the people who run an industry, okay, so the major players in an industry come to have a heavy amount of influence over the people that are regulating them. Because of this, right, they're able to get the people who are writing the regulations to write the regulations in ways that are not for the good of the public or for the economy as a whole. They are good for the narrow private interests of people who are making profit in the industry. Okay? So he gives an example involving the railroads. He said at one point there was this strange thing in the railroad industry that long trips, very long trips, cost less than short trips. Why was this the case? Because if you were going on a very long trip, there'd be a number of different routes. Whereas if you were going to possible routes, and so there was competition. Whereas if you were going to the next town over, there was one set of railroad tracks and you had to take the price they charged. Well, people kept saying this was unfair, so they set up something to regulate the train fares. And he cites a letter from one railroad owner to another talking about this. And the railroad owner said, well, yeah, we could fight this, but why bother? Right? They're going to have to staff these agencies that determine what are fair rates. And who's going to be able to have the knowledge to staff them? People from the railroad industry. So it'll be really easy to bring them around to our point of view. Right? That is, to passing regulations that are more designed to preserve our profits than to help the public. And what happened? Well, they fixed the inequality. They raised the rates of the long trips. Now, that's just one incident, right? But Friedman thinks this is the norm, and there isn't any way to stop it. As long as we have heavy amounts of regulation, we're going to have the problem of people with particular interests capturing the regulator. Particularly, the business owners and managers will be the ones who will be able to capture the regulators, not the public, not the consumers. So he's basically saying, yeah, it would be great if we could get perfectly rational legislation, but we can't do that. It's not going to happen in the real world. Because of this, right, we are better off not giving people any regulatory agencies to capture, or at least being very careful to make the regulatory agencies as small and the regulations as minimal as possible.